Have you ever met someone who swept you off your feet? Everything seemed perfect, like they knew exactly what you needed, showering you with attention, affection, and admiration. It's as if you were living in a fairy tale where the relationship felt too good to be true. What if that intense connection was actually the first stage of narcissistic manipulation? If you've ever felt like you were put on a pedestal only to be knocked down later, you might have experienced the idealization stage of a narcissistic relationship. In this video, I'll explain why this stage feels so intoxicating, share personal insights from my own experiences, and give you actionable strategies to recognize when you're being idealized so you can protect yourself before the fairy tale turns into a nightmare. Have you ever found yourself in a whirlwind romance where everything seemed just right, like you finally found your perfect match? This is the first clue that you're in the idealization stage, love bombing. During this stage, a narcissist overwhelms you with praise, attention, and affection. It feels like they are deeply in tune with your needs, mirroring your desires, and making you feel like the center of their world. But this over-the-top perfection isn't genuine, it's calculated. The narcissist isn't connecting with you, they are projecting an image of perfection. The goal is to hook you emotionally, making you feel euphoric and deeply bonded. And who wouldn't want to believe it's real? I know I did. In a past relationship, I mistook this overwhelming love bombing for true connection, and it felt magical, like finally being seen for who I was. But the key is this: love bombing is designed to create dependency. You get used to this constant admiration and affection, making it even harder to let go when things shift. Some narcissists, especially covert narcissists, exploit your desire to help others. They make you feel needed and appreciated. In this case, the narcissist may tell you sob stories of their life and make you feel sorry for them, with the intention to make you feel obligated to rescue them. Then they draw you in and make you think your value as a person is dependent on you saving them. When you find yourself being showered with love too quickly, step back and ask yourself, how much of this person do I really know? Are their actions consistent with reality? Are they trying to fast-track intimacy? Healthy love grows over time, while love bombing is intense from the start. If it feels like it's moving too fast, and that if you don't keep up with a narcissist, you will lose them forever, take a pause. It might not be love, but manipulation. Have you ever been told you're the most amazing person someone's ever met? That everything about you is perfect? During the idealization stage, the narcissist places you on a pedestal, treating you like the embodiment of their perfect partner. This extreme adoration might make you feel special, but it's actually a red flag. When you're being idealized, you're not being seen as a whole person with flaws and complexities. You're being seen as an ideal version of what they want in that moment. And here's the hidden trap: no one can live up to that unrealistic image forever. For me, at first, being placed on that pedestal felt like validation, like finally meeting someone who valued everything about me. But as soon as I made a mistake or didn't meet their impossible standards, the fall from that pedestal was devastating. That's the nature of narcissistic relationships. The higher they raise you, the higher they'll drop you later. The narcissist does not see you. They see an illusion of their perfect partner who adores them and will serve them. It's all about what you can do for them and how you can make them feel better about themselves. And as soon as you don't deliver, they kick you off your pedestal. When someone praises everything about you, ask yourself, are they acknowledging my flaws as well as my strengths? Do they seem to idealize me unrealistically? Are they creating a fantasy picture of us happily together without considering my needs and wants? Healthy relationships embrace imperfections, while narcissists only want perfection. If you feel like you can't be yourself, mistakes and all, it's time to step back and reassess. It often starts small with them getting overly upset over something benign you did, then excusing it as them just being worried about you or so in love with you that they cannot bear thinking about losing you. If they give you the vibe that they cannot live without you, you know that in the future they will control your life to suppress their insecurities. Has anyone ever made you grand promises about your future together? Maybe they claim that they will take you to all the places you have ever wished to go, or claim how you will do things together you love to do, and how your life will now be perfect after meeting them. During the idealization stage, a narcissist often engages in future faking, where they talk about a perfect future, vacations, marriage, or even children, long before any real foundation has been built. This is to drive the hooks of desire deep in, so you overlook any red flags that they are faking things. They will often probe and get you to tell them all your deepest desires and secrets, as well as how others have hurt you. Then they act the opposite and claim they will never do to you what others did to you. They also hijack your deepest desires and paint a picture of a perfect future together. It feels like a dream come true. Someone who wants the same things you do and can't wait to build a life with you. But future faking isn't about commitment. It's about keeping you hooked on the promise of a future, distracting you from the reality of the present. I've fallen into this trap before, believing all the promises meant something deeper. I thought I'd found someone who saw the same future I did, but in reality, it was all about creating emotional investment on my part, without any real intent on theirs. If someone is making grand promises, pause and ask yourself, are their actions today matching the promises they're making for the future? Is the relationship based on fantasy or reality? Am I falling in love with who they are based on their actions now or on what they say they will do? True connections grow through shared experiences in the present, not hypothetical promises of tomorrow. If a relationship seems more focused on the future than building a solid foundation now, it is a sign something is off. Ask yourself how you would feel about them if nothing they promised came true. You may want to set a realistic timetable in your head, and if they missed the deadline, you know their promises are probably not going to come true. Make your decisions based on their past actions rather than their false promises. The idealization stage of a narcissistic relationship feels like a dream because it's designed to. Narcissists use love bombing, pedestal placement, and future faking to create an intense connection that feels irresistible. But these tactics are all about control, not love. Remember that the key to recognizing the idealization stage is noticing when the connection feels too good to be true and often feel rushed or progresses far faster than what is realistic. If you were really meant for each other, then there should not be any issues taking things slower and enjoying the moment rather than rushing toward the future. Learn more about narcissism by watching the video suggested to you right now.